Hey Decide Your Destiny crew, Kyle Spirides here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Your Destiny Daily Dose. Today we're going to discuss being emotionally invested in the journey and not emotionally obsessed with the outcome. Now this might sound contradictory in terms if you're trying to achieve goals and you're trying to bring your future about. However, this is a little tweak, a little adjustment that has really helped me to achieve a lot of my successes and goals and continue to look forward in excitement to achieve more in my life. We all want the idealistic bubble of how we think the world should be. I'd love raindrops of gold. I'd love eye-level clouds that are made of fairy floss. There's many things that we really enjoy, the way it would be, but that's not life. We know life is unpredictable. It has surprises. It has changes. The only thing that really is constant is change. So that's where it comes into play, that it's really important that you're invested in the journey. You're emotionally invested in the journey, and you're not emotionally attached to the outcome. Because you're going to feel that disappointment. You're going to feel that rejection, which rejection and disappointment are just part of life, naturally. But if you're so heavily emotionally attached to the outcome being exactly how you wanted it to be, I'm afraid it's not gonna work out well for you. I found this out when I was trying to grow my business, and I'd been made redundant in March 2020 from my casual job, and I had my photography job on the side, and I had my quietest month in my business's history. And I went out and hired someone to build the business and work on the business. And part of that, I had to make lots of phone calls. I had to reach out, I had to contact businesses, I had to really expand my network, expand my database, interact with people, connect with people, build my contacts. And in that, there's a lot of cold calling, which I wasn't really too familiar with. That's my bad, but I hadn't practiced that for many years. So that was quite daunting and brought about a lot of stress and anxiety. And I think something that a lot of business owners get is call reluctance. You'll keep pushing it back, or you just won't do it, or you'll push it back or make reasons for it, or maybe this is not the perfect time. However, there is no perfect time than right now. That is the perfect time. And I've found that a lot of my most successful calls have been outside of those perfect window hours to call people. And the way that I overcame my call reluctancy was to be emotionally invested in the journey and not emotionally attached to the outcome. Because if I was emotionally attached to the outcome, then I would call 10 people and realize that it takes you to call quite a few people before you actually get some positive feedback, or they've got a project going, or they need your help with. So if I'm emotionally attached to every single outcome, I'll just get disappointment after disappointment, and I'll retract, and I won't do it anymore. So that's on the sort of business side of things. In personal, during my life and my health obstacles that I've had, and the many surgeries that I've had in my life, I've had to be really resound in belief, in dedication, and in my investment in the journey. In what do I need to take care of? What can I prepare? Always looking at myself. What are the things that I can put into place that will get me the best outcome possible? And that's before every surgery, where it's risky, where you're given numbers. I mean, even in business, you're given numbers of this many. I think it's 80% of small businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years, something like that. So you're given all these numbers. You're given numbers by the doctors. You're given numbers here and there and everywhere, and your chances, and a lot of that stuff really is not inspirational, is it? It doesn't really boost you, and that doesn't really, that's not what human drive and human, life is about. Life, you see the great underdogs. You see people with this amazing belief be able to shift themselves forward. Why? Because they're invested in the journey. They're dedicated to the journey. They're committed to the journey. They're not focused on the ideal outcome all day, every day. They're focused on what they have to do, the steps they have to take to achieve that outcome. So yeah, I thought this was just an important one to share with you. It's a little trick that I've used, or I wouldn't say trick, it's something that I've used in my life, and only when it came later on in my life to really be told about it and educated a little bit further on it, did I realize that I've been using it throughout my health journey. So again, be emotionally invested in the journey and not emotionally attached to the outcome. Anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed that one. Please leave a comment down below on maybe something that you've changed and how you changed your thinking in terms of being emotionally invested in the journey, what journeys they have been for you. And give us a like, share this around. If this message, really engaged or influenced you, share this around with family and friends who, might, get the same sort of inspiration or just, a point of thinking out of this video. And like always, guys, remember, decide your destiny. Awesome. Thank you.